Hi there, it's Bee, and welcome back. Today, I'm here to show you the complicated months-long process of organizing my bookshelves. You would think it wouldn't be that hard with only two bookshelves, but perhaps that just makes it more complicated. I have been reorganizing my books since March, and having a baby this year, I've had to continuously adapt my space to accommodate her curiosity, meaning I've had to get pretty creative with how I put books on my shelf. So, we are starting this journey way back in March in spring break of last school year.
Hi, it's the first day of spring break. We're super excited. I've gone on a couple of walks. It's really technically the second day of spring break, but anyway, I've started to go through my bookshelves because I need to reorganize them and redo them. And we also have more shelf space in the house now, so I need to kind of rearrange and spread out my books and what I'm displaying. So I figured I would film that if you might be interested in watching it. So here you go. All right, so bookshelves are empty and there's all of my books. Yeah, they go all the way around that way. Not me completely underestimating the amount of books that I have. So I definitely thought I had more books that I needed to read other than this, but so this isn't really as bad as I thought it was. This side, from this stack over, are all the books that I have read, and that side, both of those stacks, these stacks, all of those stacks, I have to read. Yeah, wow. Whew. That's, I'm sweating a little bit. I'm sweating on that, I'm not gonna lie.
As you can see, I was keeping my PC on my bookshelves, which did limit the amount of space I had for books. Since then, I have removed my PC from the shelf and added a new shelf to accommodate all of my books, but this just gives you an idea of what I've been working with since then. So this is my entire physical TBR. It's all of the books that I own that I have not read. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna put these on those last few shelves. I don't think they're all gonna fit, which means I'm gonna have to move others other places, which I could do, but then I have to organize them differently. So that's what I need to figure out how to do next. I'm probably going to wait till tomorrow to figure this out and think about it a little bit longer, and then wait until tomorrow. After this, I made more adjustments after my first book haul of 2024 in order to make space for the books that I wanted to display on my shelves. So I have a little bit of footage of me trying to find space for all of these new books that I bought, and I just kind of put them just in random spots. I didn't have a very specific way that I was organizing things at this point in the year. And finally, last week I had some time to work on adding another new shelf and rearranging the books again. I had an hour-long footage of me taking down books, dusting shelves, and agonizing over where to put them, but there was a catastrophic failure during the import of my footage, and it deleted itself from existence. So instead, you have me about halfway through finishing putting together my bookshelves because for some reason I was able to get that half of the footage. As time has gone on, the shelves have made more and more of a mess of themselves, but honestly, it makes me feel so good to organize them continuously because it means I'm moving more and more books off my TBR and onto the books that I've already read. A few years ago, I used to have a lot more books. I was probably close to 600 or 700 during my heyday. That's right, I'm so old I use the word heyday. I considered myself a collector back then. I had plans to open a bookstore. I was living and loving my best book life. So, what happened? I hear you asking. Well, I went through a period of time where I moved 3 times in 3 years. I was moving every single year to a new place, and I got to the point where I started to resent how many books I had. I was boxing them up, hauling them to my new location, and unboxing every single year, and it became exhausting. And every year I questioned why I was keeping so many books. Yes, I could have gotten storage, and I did for a while, but it was bringing me more pain than joy, and I just unhauled all that I could manage by the time we moved back to my hometown. Yes, sometimes I get sad when I look at old videos or pictures of my bookshelves and I miss some of the books I got rid of, but change is the only thing that's permanent, and I'll get more books in the future. There are all of the books I have now, and honestly, any book that I buy for my shelf in the future is going to be a book that I've already read, want to keep, or display. I still have so many books that I haven't read. I got them from a giveaway several years ago, and I just want to read them and decide whether they should stay on my shelf or not. I will probably get rid of most of them by the end of the year if I haven't read them, just because I don't know if I'm even going to like some of the books that I have. And there are so many, and I just have so little time. Plus, I want to start using my library a bit more this year.
look of like facing my books out like that, like I have on that shelf with Thunderhead.
And here is the final, but definitely not permanent product of my hard labor this past few months. I'm happy with it. I like having the books I haven't read towards the top so I can browse them a little bit easier and start curating my lists of reading for the next few months. I also like that the bottom shelves kind of have a little bit of a display of what I've already read, and I'm able to store the books I've read for this year so that way I can use them in a video at the end of the year and kind of just look at all of the books that I was able to accomplish reading. I really like the way the bookshelves turned out. I'm really pleased with them, and I think that it'll work for now while I'm just going through the last few months of the year, and we'll see how it reorganizes again in the future. I just know that it's going to change, and it just has to. It's just kind of an adaptable, constantly changing display piece in my living room. Thank you for watching, and if you made it this far, leave a little bee emoji in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!